Hi, I'm Colin and welcome to How to Paint Watercolours. So if you're ready, we'll get started and we'll paint this one. Hello YouTubers and welcome back to my channel How to Paint Watercolours with me. This is a mountain scene, but it's mainly about the sky, this one. And I'll give you a quick run round of the colours. We have Naples Yellow, Permanent Rose with light red in it, French Ultramarine and Permanent Rose, French Ultramarine and Permanent Rose again, a thicker one, slightly different colours, just more Permanent Rose in one or more Ultramarine, whichever way you want to look at it, Burnt Umber and French Ultramarine. I've stretched my paper, so I'm just going to run some Naples Yellow in along here. Stronger in some areas than others as the sky pales out up here. Along the bottom I'm just going to add some of that light red and Permanent Rose onto this mountain. This is French Ultramarine with a touch of Burnt Umber. This will be a kind of an evening sky. Drop some of that in there, add some Burnt Umber to it to darken it, because I'm looking for an evening sky. That's the French Ultramarine with Burnt Umber and Permanent Rose in. Just bringing these two colours together and just fading the edge off. And I'm using a damp tissue just to lighten some areas. So we'll be floating some colour on top of this, which should be fun. Darkening that again, I'm just mixing the French Ultramarine with all the rest of the colour, the purple and a little bit more Burnt Umber in it. I want to bring a little bit of this into the light part, not too much paint on the brush. A little more colour. Remember, this will fade a great deal. And I think while we're here, I think we can just put a little bit of the water in. So I'm going to take a little of the Naples Yellow again. A little bit of the Permanent Rose and light red. Basically back to all the other colours, just getting the washes on. Bringing these colours together. When the purple hits the Naples Yellow, you will get a natural grey. Then I'm going to leave that to dry. Okay, the first stage of the sky is done and it's nice and dry. When I say dry, I mean bone dry, like it's been in the desert for a week. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some water in places here. I'm going to play around with dropping some colours into the sky, and then we'll soften some. I'm taking some of the light red and Permanent Rose and I'm just letting that down because I want to float some of this colour on top. And just pull it out in ribbons and in some water and just pulling it gently, and the colour will lie on top of the other colours, hopefully without it mixing. Like I say, this basically is all about the sky. Softening some areas, lifting a little bit of paint out in others, adding some, taking some away, just making it slightly stronger in areas. Gives it a lot of variation. You've heard me say it before, interest is everything. Just allowing that to soften as well. It's a little stronger in areas. Keeping an eye on the rest of it, softening it where it needs to be softened. Just checking where my water is and making sure I hit it. Put a little bit on this mountain here again. Just tease the colour along using the water that's already on the page. Okay. I'm going to leave that like that. Now that's nice and dry, and I mean it's bone dry once again. I'm going to take some clean water and I'm going to brush it up. Overlapping strokes. This has two effects. It will help soften the sky and also re-wets the paper. And allows me to drop some more colour into it, or some extra dark clouds. And if you brush it up, you don't bring the blue into the red. So I'm going to bring some French ultramarine that had the burnt umber in it, with a little bit of the permanent rose and light red that was left in the pan, making a very deep, dark violet colour, nice and strong. I'm going to take a flat brush for this. I'm just going to test this to see how we go on with it. Now the paper is still very wet, so I'm going to allow for a bit of spread. Dark along the top. I do want some of the blue to show through. I want to soften some of the edges off. Move to a smaller flat brush. Because I want to drag some of this cloud into here. Darken it at the edges in these corners to focus your eye into the painting, to soften a lot of this in. This is just a damp brush. And you see how the colour lies on top of the other one, and if you don't grind it in too much, it will stay there with soft edges, giving you a beautiful cloud formation. Now all this has to dry.